Hi guys, so I'm back now. So good to see you. Good to see every one of you. Like, sorry for my bad English, I've been stuttering it. So let's forget about it. I was recently struggling with this codeforces problem. As you can see here, the square problem. I mean, just look. Before the accepted code, like after 7 days, I knew how to do it. Like, it was just annoying. Like, here's look what I did. In the first thing, what I did. This was a binary search. Like I literally did a binary search for what? For for determining that if like this, okay? Like I know that if two rectangles is equal to a square, if two rectangles is equal to a square, that means the sum of the two rectangles will make it a square, right? So to know if a number is a perfect square or not, I did a binary search. Look, I literally did a binary search here, and I simply overcomplex complex this problem. Just nothing. I just overcomplexified this problem, and I am very annoyed about it. And I don't know why I did it. I literally don't know. And so that's how it goes. And let's check another thing. Okay, by the way, my code for channel is Bat Dhruba. You can follow me, track me, then text me, find videos doing good for you or not. I mean, it will be a good thing to know. And here's my second approach. What I did here, yeah. In the second approach, I tried to do something interesting. Now, what did I do in the second approach? So, as you can see in this second approach, it was going well, but there was one problem. Look, here in this code, I inputted all the values, and this is what I did. This condition, what am I trying to do here? Yeah, what am I trying to do here? Let me tell you. It's basically the horizontal chop. I'm trying to figure out what will happen if I chop it horizontally. Now, what do I mean by chopping it horizontally? Look here. Vasya claims he had a paper square. He cut it into two rectangular parts using one vertical and one horizontal cut. Then Vasya input you the dimensions of these two rectangular parts. You need to check whether Vasya originally had a square. In other words, check if it is possible to make a square using two given rectangle. The first line contains an integer t, number of test cases in the input, and the t test cases. Okay, two lines. Okay, the first line contains two integers a1 and b1. Dimension of the first rectangle actually. Yeah. Here is an interesting catch here. It is not known which number is the width and which is the length. That's the thing I literally ignored. I literally ignored this part, and I don't know why. Okay. Then I started to do it. I just simply now what I did was actually like suppose I draw a square here. I suppose this is A and this is B. Okay. Oh no, I will do it. What? No, I'll tell this is A. This is A and this is B. So if I chop it horizontally randomly anywhere, okay. If I chop it horizontally, look what happens. So suppose it divides it into A1 and A2. We're taking the width here is A1 and A2. We will take the vertical line as width and the horizontal line as length. It's a square, but I'm not trying to zoom. And now this one is B1, B2. And look at it here. If this thing has to be a square, what will happen? If this thing has to be a square, like look, B1 should be equal to B2, right? B1 should be equal to B2. This one is also B2. B1 should be equal to B2. So we can write that, but there's a catch here. Here we're saying that B1 is length, B2 is what? Something else. B2 is also length. A1, A2 are width. That's what we took actually here. Here our visualization helps us to identify which one is width, which one is length. But then how do we do in C++ code? Like what I did in the code was I literally wrote that in W equals to is which the value which is greater than and less than, what I did? Like in a rectangle, the length is greater than the width, right? In a rectangle, the length is greater than the width. We all know that, right? Yeah. It's always true. So, what I did, and what happens in the code when I did it? Yeah, what happens in the code when I did it? Look, what happens? Let's bit in the buffering issue. Yes. Gonna link a new tab. Okay, it's okay. Hang on. See, I did the right thing here because look what I did here. Here, I assume that A1 and A2 is the length and B1, B2 is the width. Like, for example, here I took A1 and A2 as the width, B1 and B2 is the length. Okay. Here, what I did here, actually, A1 plus A2 is equal to B if it is a square. How? Because in a square, everything has to be equal, right? So A1 plus A2 should be equal to B2 and B1 or B1. Any one of them, right? Yeah. So that's how we solve the problem. Then what I did after my exception code, and you want to see my another useless stuff, like look. I did the same stuff again, but I wrote some extra condition, but it didn't do nothing. So when I had to use that, I'm just too dumb. I just had to use a swap function. How? Look. Here, if A1 is greater than B1, then swap A1 and B1. If A2 is greater than B2, then swap A2, B2. Can you notice something here? What did we do here? A1 is greater than B1. Swap. The value of B1 will come to A1, and then A1 will be 1. And swap it again. Now what did it do that in this code? Let's check it here. What I did this in this code is very interesting, what I did this in this code is very interesting. So what I did actually very interesting. You'll see it very soon. Don't worry. Like, don't worry, you will see it soon. But here, what I did here actually is very phenomenal. Like, it's just magical. And yeah. Actually, I'm just tracking, like, I'm recording my voice from somewhere else. That's what I'm doing here because my Linux laptop is not supporting it, so yeah. Sorry for the extra stuffs. Yeah, so here what we did that if A1 is greater than B1, that means if A1 is greater than B1. So what are we doing here is actually, if it is the length, and if it is the width, we swap it. Because if we do a horizontal chop, we write length is equal to length, and the width plus width is equal to the length, right? So that's what we did here. Yeah. I took actually, Like for example, let's look at some test cases here. Like test case, where the test cases actually. Yeah. Like suppose 2 3, okay? 2 3 and 3 1, okay? 2 3 and 3 1. This one is fine. This is our 2. This is our 3. Ours 3 1, but we want the 1 to be here. So and 3 and this is 3. Okay? And that's why we swap the function, and that's how we solve it. So yeah, that was an interesting problem to do. And hopefully you understood what was my mistake here. Like, this is how you need to do it. Like, the conclusion here is I will not say that this is the solution of this problem, this is how you solve it. The purpose here actually is problems are simple. Sometimes reading the statement is important. Like you might like I still don't know dynamic programming and other stuff that well. I'm focusing on growing my implementation and other stuff. Hopefully I'll improve. Yeah. This is how it is. Like the main important thing which I learned here is read the problem well and don't overcomplicify the stuff. Like I would literally what I want to do is like I will name a variable W and L. If A1 is greater than B1, then A1 is equal to the length, B1 is equal to the width. This is what I wanted to do, but this approach is very wrong. So yeah, hopefully you'll learn. The conclusion is read the problem statement carefully, and yeah, know some simple STLs. Like, and write a built-in function for swap, but still, some STLs are helpful. Like the way how it helped me now, it will help you too also. Yeah, but that's what I have to say. Okay, guys, see ya. Ciao.